Hey guys, I have been in the real estate industry for a really long time. I initially entered the real estate industry as soon as I got out of high school. Welcome to Kingdom Ventures YouTube channel. This is going to be super unplanned, very spirit-led. I'm just going to come on here and give daily wrap-ups, might post some short form vlogs. This is just for me to document my real estate journey of literally building a $1 million real estate business. And I say that in complete faith. So I want to document it so that you guys can see just how God moves through this business, how he grows and scales this company. And I'm just believing God to literally breathe on this company. So a little bit about me. I started my real estate journey when I was 19 years old. I got my real estate license. Well, I graduated high school, and I was just like this ambitious little girl when I was like younger. And I just like shout out to my family for being so supportive of all my crazy dreams, because they always just supported me and are a really big reason why I just felt comfortable enough to go out and just like make mistakes, fail, try things, just explore my passions, etc. So anyways, throughout high school, I danced. I was really passionate about the arts, about dancing, about film. My favorite movie was literally Honey, and I will always like watch these like YouTube dance videos and all these different things. I've just always been really passionate about the arts. Anyways, I applied to Kennesaw State University and I got denied. I actually made the dance teams. I auditioned for the dance team and I made the dance team, but I didn't get into the school. So I was like, okay, whatever. I had always wanted to move to Atlanta for dance and for film and to just follow my dreams, but it didn't work out how I wanted it to work out. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to community college. So I went to community college for literally like not even 2 months, I don't think. I've always been a girl that's just like alignment, purpose. I grew up in a very faith-based home. We loved God. I've just always been very like intuitive and just like in tune with like my spirit and just God. School did not feel right. I was like, I don't think this is for me. This is not getting me closer to my dreams. This is literally work that just doesn't matter. And so I dropped out of college, and for that I started reading books. So I did not get my first job until like my first full-time job until I was like maybe like 18. My boyfriend at the time was working like full-time. I was just inspired by his work ethic, and so I was like, hey, I'm gonna work full-time at Chick-fil-A and I'm gonna own a franchise and all. Anyways, I started working full-time, and at this time I was still in school, and I then started reading the famous Rich Dad Poor Dad. I was like, oh man, I'm an employee. I want to be a business owner. And like I was just like inspired. In uninformed optimism is the phase that I was in. So I went into the corporate world. I worked at the bank, and that was my first big girl job at 18, corporate America, and it was great. I learned a lot of just like key things, and it really just like opened and shifted my perspective. It brought like maturity, professionalism. I learned about, finance and all these different. So I decided that I don't want to be in corporate America anymore. Making like pretty good money. Again, I'm not satisfied because I'm not dancing. I just want to dance. I just want to create. I want to do all these different things with film and movies and all these things, right? And so, okay, like nothing changes unless you do. I'm then led to get my real estate license. So I'm 19, I'm working at the bank, and I am just like, I want to dance. What can I do to get close to this goal? And so I started learning about investing and all these different things. I get my license and I quit my job. I'm done. Once I get my license, literally, I kid you not, a week later, God sends me my first listing. It was a 19-year-old fix and flipper who had just like went viral in the news for like basically buying a house at 19. Or I think he might have been 18. I don't know. He was like really young, and that was my first listing. I sold the home for him. After that, I kind of went dry a little bit, and I'm like, okay, I got into real estate to invest. So how can I get closer to investing? And so I'm on YouTube, going down the rabbit hole of YouTube University. I find this thing called wholesaling, and I'm like, wait, wholesaling? You can make $50,000 in 30 days? Like, oh, I need to learn how to do this. I start trying to wholesale. I'm literally just like failing. I lost like $500 because I like locked up a contract and there was a due diligence fee that I signed for, and it was just like I didn't know what I was doing. I was just making a lot of mistakes. My first $500 mistake was signing a contract and there was a due diligence fee that I had to pay. Even though I terminated the contract, it was just like all this stuff. I'm just like failing, and I'm like, I need help. I'm led to find a mentor. So I'm like, okay, mentorship. Who is good at wholesale? I just started looking it up. There's two people. There's my current mentor, and then there was this other mentor that I was almost going to join, which is great mentorship. My deciding factor was literally the guy who was like recruiting me for the mentorship. He prayed with me. I consult God for everything. And looking back, I'm like, that is just nothing but like literally God. Like the fact that like the recruiter prayed for me, because I was like, okay, like I'm gonna just like pray about it, I'll get back with you. And he's like, oh, we can pray right now. And I'm like, okay. And so when the spirit moves and I follow. I literally signed up for this mentorship, and I kid you not, like God's grace and favor literally just like flooded into my life. I start working with these two other guys, and we closed like 6 figures in the span of maybe like 4 to 5 months. We were just like cranking deals, and it was great. What they don't tell you is that when it comes to entrepreneurship and when it comes to just like growth, especially at an exponential level, like the way that it was for me, if you're not stewarding your mind and investing in your mindset to receive and to show up and to shed what doesn't serve you and to rewire your brain to be able to function at the capacity that you're elevating to, then it will be very hard to sustain that level of success. I ended up walking away from the partnership for multiple reasons. Great partners. We did a lot of great things together. I learned so much working with them. But I think that everything happens for a reason, and it's all about self-development, growing, and constantly learning. I think for aspiring entrepreneurs, or for people who are currently entrepreneurs, investing in your mind and your spirit as much as you invest in your knowledge and your skills and systems and team members, you have to also invest in your spirit and your mind, because ultimately the physical manifestation of a successful business or a successful team, it is just a fruit of stewarding your mind, your soul, your will, and all those other things. So it's like you can't really have, this is just my opinion, I feel like you need to have a healthy mind. You need to be aligned spiritually in order to truly have a fruitful and long-lasting and sustainable business, because ultimately, like, what you're creating is an extension of your inner world. And so that is a really big lesson that I've learned, is that you gotta kill the self-sabotage. You have to kill the lack of belief in yourself. You have to really like be intentional of the things that you affirm yourself, the things that you believe, the things that you listen to, the things that you watch. Healing, because if not, it will bleed into your business. After I left my partnership, I took a really long break from real estate and I went back into the corporate world. I also did a lot of just like self-reflection and like healing in that time. I learned a lot of things. I dabbled in some other areas of real estate. I tried rentals and also transaction coordination, which I absolutely love. That's why I'm building out this company, because it's literally amazing. Yeah, and I feel like once you put in that work and you show God, the creator, that like you're ready and you're ready for his grace, like once you show God that you're ready for what he has for you, all you have to do is just receive. You will start magnetizing what's for you, and all you have to do is steward it and show up and grow in the areas that you need to grow in, and everything else will work itself out. So here I am. I feel like I am officially back. I never left real estate, but I did take a break from it. But I feel like I've done a lot of really, really, really deep work, and I am back and ready to build with intention. Anything that I do, it has to be aligned, it has to be purposeful, and it has to be intentional. If it's not, I'm going to feel it in my spirit, and it's not sustainable. So for me to build something, I need to know 100% God wants me to build it, gotten the instruction, etc. That's how I feel, and so I'm gonna document it. I say all that to say, welcome to Kingdom Ventures Real Estate YouTube channel, where I just share the journey of building a $1 million business, the mindset challenges, the mindset shifts, the lessons that I learn, and just, the process, the real, raw, authentic process. If you're a transaction coordinator, if you're a real estate entrepreneur, aspiring or currently, if you've ever been interested in real estate, or you just like watching entertaining lifestyle content, then this channel is for you. It's gonna be very heavily mindset focused because that's something that I'm really focused on. I'm really excited to be here. If you made it this far, drop a star in the comments below, and also make sure that you subscribe and turn on your post notifications. Let's build for God. Kingdom Ventures Real Estate is taking over. We're on the block, baby, and we are here to take over. Yeah, just be a light in the industry. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.